Yo, it's Sway.
Sway.
Sway. Sway.
Sway.
Sway.
Sway.
In the morning.
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 Only on Shade 45.
Wake your fuck ass up.
Yeah. Bitches.
The WBA welterweight champion of the world, Paul Malignaggi is here, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. So Paulie, man, this weekend is a big fight at the Barclays Center, right?
Madison Square Garden.
Oh, is that the Garden? I'm sorry, man.
And now we got two big arenas in New York, so it's a little bit confusing.
That's good, man. At the Garden, Miguel Cotto, man. I don't think anyone has fought more at the Garden than him, right?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, they were saying at the press conference, he's the first fighter to have sold over 100,000 tickets or something in the Garden or something like that. You know, they gave him an award yesterday, so he's made it his home away from home.
Yeah, man, that's more than Muhammad Ali did.
Yeah. I mean,
he's crazy.
These Puerto Rican fighters, man, they get a lot of love in New York. Felix Trinidad before him, you know, so, they love coming to New York and fighting, man.
Puerto Ricans, boy, man. Puerto Rican women get a lot of love in New York too.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Hello. And he's going to be fighting Trout. Now, who's Trout?
Austin Trout, he's a young up and coming guy. He's got a world title actually, you know. So he just kind of floated under the radar, but he's a talented kid from New Mexico, a little slick, little southpaw. You know, actually he's tall. I shouldn't say little because he's actually taller than Cotto. But you know, he's gonna come in and trying to outslick Cotto. Cotto gonna try to be pressuring him and breaking him down. So you know, anytime you got a style fight like that, it makes it exciting, man, because both guys' strengths kind of play into each other.
In your opinion, who would win in Mayweather and Pacquiao?
Mayweather.
Why?
He's a more complete fighter. You know what I mean? He's got defense, offense, a lot more variation to him than Pacquiao. Pacquiao, if the Marquez fights teaches anything with Pacquiao, is he doesn't really make adjustments. You know, when things don't go his way, he don't know how to switch it up. You know, Floyd Mayweather has shown us that, you know, if he gets hurt in a fight or if things might not go his way, it's not gonna not go his way for that long because he'll make the adjustment and turn it around on you, you know. And he showed that, you know, a couple years ago. I remember he got rocked in the Shane Mosley fight. You know, that was about all Shane did. He rocked him, he couldn't finish him, and the rest of the fight was all Floyd Mayweather. You know, those little adjustments, they count, they matter. Pacquiao last year in the Marquez fight, you know, he's really, really having a lot of trouble. He didn't make an adjustment from round 1 to 12, and so, you know, when you have a fighter who has a lot more variation to him. You know, for me, he's a more complete fighter. Floyd's a more complete fighter. That's
your weight division. Who would you think would be a harder fight for you, Mayweather or Pacquiao?
Floyd.
Floyd? Okay, yeah. Well, I should have listened to your answer the first time. You think you could beat Floyd?
You know, I got to get in the ring thinking I can beat anybody. You know, but you know, obviously, I do think Floyd is the best pound for pound fighter in the world, though. Okay. You know, and I think you'd be hard pressed to find somebody. I think, you know, in the history of boxing to be as complete a fighter as him. People always say the old school fighters are better, but I don't believe that. You know, I believe we learn from the old school fighters and we get better nowadays. And I believe every generation gets better, faster, bigger, stronger. You know, so I just think you know, Floyd is probably the more complete fighter. All right, we just saw Broner win a fight this past week. How many was it? This weekend or this past weekend? 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
2 weeks ago. And he adapted Floyd's style, man.
Yeah.
He's a mocking image of Floyd.
He even acts like him.
Yeah, when he talks, he does.
He even went back. He even went to the corner and kneeled and prayed to God, just like Floyd does right after the fight. He did it the same way too. I was like, man, this guy.
He did this thing, like, you know what? He prays.
He even celebrates like Floyd.
Right? He raps. He does it all.
He talks like Floyd. He walks like Floyd.
But he's a good fighter.
He can fight.
Yeah,
he's a good fighter.
John, Chicago. Go ahead. What you want to say?
Hey, what's happening, Sway and Paulie? First time calling, long time listener.
That's what's
up. Just had two questions, if I can. When are you, Paulie? When are you going to get it on with Devin Alexander? And if you were a fight promoter and you can go back in time to basically grab any of the greats from any of the weight classes, preferably within maybe middleweight or welterweight, who would you get to fight? Like as far as the champions now to the champions back then. Like
okay. Let's answer that question when we return, okay? Up next. 20 minutes into the hour, Sway in the Morning Shade 4-5. The champ is here. Paul Malignaggi is here. He just got a question from Joe out of Chicago. When will you fight Devin Alexander? And if you could pair up two fighters from the past to now, what would be and create a legendary fight, who would you have pair up? Devin Alexander.
Devin's got a big fight with Kell Brook in January. He's a real good fighter. Everybody should check it out on January 19th. I think that's also on Showtime. If he comes out of that, or the winner of that even, I'll be interested in fighting whoever wins that fight, actually.
Okay.
And then as far as an old school fighter to new school champions, I would like to see Sugar Ray Robinson against Floyd Mayweather because everybody said Sugar Ray Robinson is the best ever. I think Floyd would have beat him, so.
Yeah. But Sugar Ray, what was this? Sugar Ray Robinson? What was his weight division?
Welter and middle. Welter and middle. Well, welter and middle. You know, he he started as a welterweight champion, then he went up to middleweight and won the middleweight.
That would be a great fight. Paulie is the WBA welterweight champion. You've been knocked out twice, right?
I've been stopped. Yeah. To 11th round both times.
I've never been knocked out, man. You know, what the hell does that feel like?
You know, I wasn't actually out because I got stopped on my feet. So it's a difference. I mean, I've been buzzed. I've actually been buzzed worse in fights where I wasn't stopped, where I was just like, you know, even my last fight I was down off my feet and then I came back and won it. But you know, it's get rocked is not pretty. I mean, you kind of. I mean, every time I've been rocked, I've known I'm rocked at least. I mean, some guys act like they don't even know where they are. You know, like. In my experience, I've never felt that, but I have been rocked to the point where I'm like, yo, man, I feel like I'm stepping in potholes right now, you know. But
that's a good description, right?
Yeah. But you know, but I think recognizing you're hurt is the first step in recovering, you know. So you recognize you're hurt and you can hold on and you know kind of just survive the round. Man, those guys that don't recognize they're hurt, they're so hurt they don't even know. And then those are the guys that get cold cocked, they get their clock cleaned, you know. So you know,
they get their cow milked.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
So you know, you don't want to go there either.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.